Welcome to the Greatest Story Podcast with your hosts, Zac
and Josh.
We're here to discuss and react to some of the greatest stories ever told. We'll look at books, movies, video games, and all forms of storytelling to figure out what makes a good story and what are some of the greatest stories.
And we're back. Yay! All right. Well, because we're back, we get to give the Pathfinders a shout out here. So we're going to start with Pathfinder Commodore, Peggy B. I almost did it's your champ thing.
Yeah, but no.
Wait, we got to get to the end. Pathfinder Captain, Joanna B. Pathfinder Cadet, Kirsten. And Pathfinder Cadet, Lauren.
You guys are champs.
Nah, it's too late.
No. You can't... We got a new sound clip, but we can't just play it for everything.
No, everything. We're going to hit the soundboard. Oh, I guess that's worth giving an update, right? So part of the pause. Oh, we're cheering over me. Awesome. It's because I'm speaking. Everybody's just excited to hear my voice. Part of why we paused, right? So there was a gap. We had more season 2, and I guess part of it, we recorded a super awesome episode on Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And the audio file got corrupted.
It was lost to the void.
And then our willpower, I think, got sucked into the void.
Also lost into the void.
But we did take the time to regroup. We got a lot of feedback saying, hey, work on your audio quality. And hopefully this sounds better than normal, because we did work on our audio quality. And Pathfinders, you guys were crucial because we bought some new gear. We used what you guys donated to get a soundboard and an extra mic. So now Zac and I each have our own mic.
Yeah, we don't have to share anymore, which is good because we're selfish individuals.
Speak for yourself. No, I am. Let's move on, though. We're not going to get into like a counseling session.
Well, I don't know, Josh. We are so selfish, you might call us
despicable.
See what I did there?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day.
I was thinking about, the opening line where he's talking to his neighbor, Gru, and the dog's like, defecating on his lawn. He's like, how you make them stop?
Yeah.
They can't defecate if they're dead or whatever. That's not
line. Dogs poop. And they can if they're dead.
I don't know why. The bad day thing made me think of that.
Classic.
So I guess cat's out of the bag, or more,
unicorns out of the book.
Unicorns out of the book.
There you go. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Despicable Me. It's going to be an episode of both order and magnitude.
Isn't it
vector? Yeah.
Direction and magnitude.
Is it direction? Well, this is about stories, not math. It is direction. Yeah, vector. Yeah, vectors are direction and magnitude.
I paused because I was going to pick up my phone and discreetly Google search.
No, that's what it is. Anyway, so yes, we're talking about Despicable Me. So let's get into clear plot. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, okay, check. Good. S tier, here we go. Moving on.
Zac and I were joking. I think like a lot of these DreamWorks... Is it DreamWorks that did this? It's not DreamWorks. But a lot of kids' movies...
Illumination
did.
Yeah.
Follow like this plot of there's a lonely, cranky adult. There are kids in need. The two meet together, become a family of sorts, or, at least give each other support. The cranky adult makes a mistake. Kids leave or get in peril from something with the villain. Cranky adult does something heroic to rescue them and reconcile. And then there's a happy song at the end with a dance party.
Yep.
And that's basically the plot of Despicable Me.
Yeah, that's it. And it's pretty clear. It's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of kind of exciting short things that happen in there with roller coaster rides and touching moments of reading a children's story and people trying to steal the moon.
We will steal the moon!
Yeah.
As an aside, when I was a teacher, I had a student who was giving a presentation. And they had I can't remember exactly how it happened. I think they had a slide of a moon in one of their presentations. And his group mates started making minion noises, like the bada bee bop, whatever. and he said, like in the middle of his school presentation, and we will steal the moon. And it took me probably 25 minutes to get the class settled again. That is one of my proudest moments.
That is extra credit worthy right there.
I mean, I'm not going to comment on the grade they got, but I laughed pretty hard. It was funny.
Yeah, so the clear plot, Gru wants to become the greatest villain ever, steal the moon, but to
Yeah.
do that he needs children to pretend to be, well, I guess they're not pretending to be Girl Scouts. They
They
are
are
actually
no, no,
Girl
no, no, no.
Scouts.
They're orphans. It's even worse.
Oh, that's right, they're not even Girl
Not
Scouts.
even Girl
They're
Scouts. They're
selling
trying to make
cookies.
money for their orphanage.
Yes. Definitely giving like Mrs. Hannigan vibes from Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that dude, I just got to say, as an adult looking, like as a kid, you don't think about this, but as an adult looking at that adoption process was
Where they live in
wild.
boxes.
Well, yeah, but also like he came in, he was like, I want to adopt these kids, and like, oh, we did a simple background check, you're good, and he like walked out with
It's like, I'm a
3 children.
doctor.
And what did he call her? Fat face or whatever. He's like flirting with her in Spanish, and he says, anyways, that's not the point.
Yep.
I don't remember what we got here. Oh, Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
So he has to get the Girl Scout cookies, which introduces him to the 3 girls, and
he has to get them because
he's got to steal.
Why he can't get into
he can't get into Vector's base.
Yeah,
and he has to steal
the shrink ray.
The shrink ray. That's it. Yep.
Because he
wants to shrink the moon.
Well, so I guess to set up, I guess we missed part of the plot. To be fair,
I don't think so. That's it.
No, Vector like stole the pyramid.
That's just a setback.
Gru wants to compete, and and then it sets off the rest of it.
Right. He wants to be the best villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that part. I seen that part. Yeah.
I also like how the pyramid's just painted like a skybox, and nobody knows it's there.
I know.
That made me laugh.
Like a blow up.
Yeah. It's like the Windows 2008 background.
Yeah, that's right. It looks so real.
Wow.
Classic.
That blue sky when the sky is gray.
What a throwback, man. So yeah, then in the end, Vector steals the girls in order to get the shrink ray back to steal the moon. Or actually, Groot already steals the moon, and Vector wants the moon because he wants to take credit for it.
And then
they make the exchange,
and then he's like, "Unpredictable, baby," and like,
but totally predictable.
Yeah, flies away, or they fly away because they have this tightrope.
Yeah, exactly.
Scene. In the sky.
Yep, it's touching, full of tension.
Get it? Because it's the rope. It's stretched.
Rope. Yep. Anyway, so let's talk about some clear character arcs.
Okay.
I think there's really only one. Well, maybe 2.
2.
Because I was thinking.
Well, let's see what you.
were thinking.
3.
Yeah.
Together 2 plus 2 might equal 3.
Could be 3. Math.
Well, obviously, Gru.
Yeah, Gru is what I was thinking is the main one, and then Margot.
Yeah, I was gonna say
learning to trust. Yeah, or you could group the girls together.
The 3 sisters together.
Yeah, as kind of learning to trust. So sisters and Gru, I think, are the 2. Vector doesn't really change.
I don't know, the minion dad in the costume. I think he had a great art.
I think he was always the minion dad, though.
No, I know that was the.
I think he just.
I'm trying to think of.
He embraced.
No. There's one crucial piece here. The minion that's still floating.
What is his character arc besides like physically?
It's a breakdown of the anatomy of a man's mind, and just the depth that we can go, or the heights we can reach if we put our mind to it, or drink some purple liquid.
Yep.
Well, there goes grape Kool-Aid.
Banana. So Gru learns to, and I don't want to get too much into it because of ethical lesson. I want to talk more about it there. Yeah. But he learns to choose family over achievements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job.
Yeah, job. Accomplishments.
Self-interest.
Self-interest. Yeah. Power, fame, that kind of idea. And then the girls have to learn to trust, right?
Which, in this case, is hard because a creepy dude with...
Well, first, you're at an orphanage. No parents.
So you already probably have
trust issues. Absolutely. Then you get adopted. Yay.
By a creepy dude.
But he's creepy. Boo.
He brings you to, like, a haunted house, basically, looking on the outside.
With a weird demon dog.
And medieval.
Like, armor everywhere. Yeah. So a little scary.
Very, very child-proofed house.
Yes,
if we're honest.
Yes.
No sharp edges.
Not at all, and definitely knows how to feed children more than Fruit Loops and provide
like
newspaper.
Lollipops, yeah. pee pee poo poo. Was this food, water, pee pee poo poo? Yeah,
Yep.
that's what he provided
So
them.
that's what he provides. All the basic necessities.
Yeah, and that is certified parenting. That's how you do it.
Parenting tips from Despicable Me.
Yeah, just put out some newspapers, they'll get it.
They'll understand. That's right.
Potty training 101.
Oh, yikes. Yikes. Yeah, so they have to eventually grow to become a family. And that brings us to clear ethical lesson. Well,
Any
maybe we should talk about characters.
well, we did clear character art.
Maybe down here. Do you want to talk about that there?
You want to jump into engaging characters now and do ethical lessons later?
No, let's just
We'll follow the format.
yeah, we'll go into ethical lesson. Ethical
Yeah.
lesson. Okay. Like we said, there's two mainly, I think, right?
Selflessness
Yeah, and like the importance of family.
and then trust.
Yeah. And maybe like the idea of redemption or like people change based on that whole
Oh, people change.
yeah, that
That's
whole
a
like
good one.
children's format of the movie that always seems to work, right? You have it in Up, you have it in Despicable Me, you've
You
got
even have it in
in
The Mandalorian to some extent.
to some extent, yeah, yeah.
Grumpy dude,
Dude
child,
makes a family, and then
goes
something
from
happens, and then has to rescue,
yeah,
then happy ending. Yeah.
literally. There's no dance party at the end.
Right.
Thank God. Could you imagine they put the Ewok
Bum
song?
bum 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 bum.
Or
bum,
what's
bum,
the Jabba Hutt song?
Huda huda.
I'm not gonna try to replicate it.
Yep.
You're a brave man, Zach.
Yep.
But
Well, listen, if you've got it, say it. So there you
put that on a t-shirt.
go.
I don't know. Like, could you imagine walking around with that on a t-shirt? Like,
If you've got it, say it.
What does that even mean? It's nonsense.
Anyway, much like this podcast,
But
I meant to do the applause one or like the awkward.
we could do booing now. You hit the one. Hey, we're booing. Just because we have it doesn't mean we know how to use. If you got it, say it.
I'm telling you, new T-shirt idea.
Pathfinder's merch. Next
Greatest
up.
story podcast.
If you got it, say
Say
it. Clear ethical lesson. I mean, this movie's goofy, so
Yeah.
we're fitting the
Yeah.
All right, do you want to tackle like selflessness over self-interest first?
Sure. Yeah, so we see that Gru has his own problems and his own kind of background trauma. His mom is not really great at showing support, and he wants to find self-worth in becoming the greatest villain ever and eclipsing all of his rivals like Vector and stealing the moon, which is the greatest crime of the century. But then in the end, he has to choose between the moon, which he already stole, or
These
getting his
random
family back.
Three
Yeah.
girls that he adopted 3 days ago.
Exactly. And he realizes that people are more important than possessions. And I think that's a good moral that he takes.
Yeah, I think you could also like take a side path off of that. It's also his worth is not just in what his mom says about him,
Right.
and his worth is not just in like his. I'm gonna say career. I mean, it's obviously
It's
goofy
a
'cause
career. I
it's
mean,
super-
he's a villain, right? That's his job.
obviously.
Obviously.
Like, what would the Joker be without a career, stable career field? You know,
He's got to make his money somehow.
what is Ultron gonna do without?
There are no strings on me.
Well, apparently there are Ultron because you have a career now. Probably has a sick pension plan. Anyways, but he realizes if I keep trying to find my worth in what my mom thinks, I'm actually going to become like my mom. Which is, we've talked about stories where this repeats, and that's just a tried but true, right? Like,
That's human.
Yeah.
We see that. You constantly have decisions you have to make between where you're going to put your worth. Is it in possessions? Is it in dreams, hopes, career, opportunities, achievements? Or are you going to connect with people, right?
Yeah.
Build a family, relationships, friends, that kind of idea.
and it's not like that we're saying jobs are bad, you shouldn't pursue dreams or whatever. It's just prioritization in your head and heart
Yeah.
matter.
Yep. No, absolutely. What about, so we talk about people can change and we talk about kind of family and achievements. What about trust?
Yeah, I think like this is a good ethical lesson to pull from it. It's just I'm probably like as an adult like dissecting like a kids movie,
Sure.
and it's just weird for me because, anyways. But we see these three sisters. Margot's the oldest, classic middle child whose name I cannot remember,
Girl number two.
and Agnes the youngest. All right, we're gonna have to pull in editing Zach, I guess, for this. This is stretched too long.
Yeah. I'll cut it out.
Nope.
Edith.
That's the middle.
That's the middle. Edith.
Margot, Edith, and Agnes.
And Agnes.
Which
with
are like
no pause at all. We're just gonna jump
yeah.
right in. Ready? The three little girls are
Margot, Edith, obviously, and
Yep.
Agnes.
Yep, classic middle child that we did not forget.
Not a single time.
Yep.
Not once.
Not at all.
Never.
Not twice.
Not for like the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Anyway, so about trust, maybe we're reading into it a little bit because it is a kids movie, but they do have to build this relationship.
They do. And I mean, there is something like judging a book by its cover in that, right? Like,
I mean, to be fair, the cover is quite creepy.
yeah, I mean, like the setup is weird, right? It's a single dude who's middle-aged, sees girls selling cookies, and thinks to himself, I'm going to adopt those three girls. That is a creepy start. And anyways, but not reading a book by its cover, giving Gru a chance, giving Gru not just a chance to be known, but a chance to grow and improve, trusting themselves to some degree, right? Like there's Margot sticks up for her sisters and says, no, like I'm going to make sure that they get the care they need. And we go to ballerina class, which sets up the classic, like, oof, like adult mistake, in the movie. So, I don't know. And it all culminates in that literal moment of tension where the string is pulled between two ridiculously shaped spaceships. And Margot has to take a leap of faith.
Literally.
Yeah. And see if Gru catches her, which, he kind of does,
he
but he
does.
also kind of...
She doesn't fall.
I mean, she does until she grabs this... Anyways.
Yeah.
Where now people are going to be like, well, he doesn't catch her. That's terrible.
No, but he does. They end up together.
Yeah,
they end up together. But yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, I don't think we're overreading it to talk about trust because there is literally and symbolically a line of tension and a leap of faith where you have to trust someone to catch you. So I think trust is a big theme and ethical lesson of the movie.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm just talking about how it, like, the setup creeps me out.
Right, yeah, for
that's
sure.
That's the part I'm overanalyzing.
Sure, for sure. So, what about clear and engaging characters?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the minions are hilarious.
Yeah, they're not even like...
They're
just comic relief.
Yeah.
But they're a cultural phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
This movie was huge back in the day.
There's 4 of them now.
I think there's 5.
Well, if you count the Minion movie and the Gru movie, then there's actually 6. But there's 4 Despicable Me's.
Just to be a thorn in your side,
Sure.
There's 6.
There's 6.
Actually, there's 6 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Vector is hilarious.
Yeah, great.
He's like literally,
like annoying, intelligent.
Well, it's like James Bond villains crossed with who's the guy that does?
Oh, Austin Powers.
No, yeah, but the bad guy.
Mini Me is the one he talks about. Oh, what is his name?
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
You see his
Yep.
face.
Bald.
Yeah, the bald
holds his
guy.
pinky
It's
up.
like him.
It's the villain of Austin
dog.
Powers. I can't remember. Yeah. Mr. Evil or Dr. Evil, maybe?
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
It's like that crossed with every other James Bond villain, and then you throw in like 3 strong squirts of child humor.
Yep.
And that's him.
That's it.
In a orange tracksuit.
Yeah. They are not pajamas.
I was hoping.
It's a workout suit.
Do you know anybody else who would buy this many cookies?
What are you working out for? Activities like sleeping. They are not pajamas!
I also like how he's playing Wii. Like, that really dates this movie. Like, he's on the couch playing Wii.
Yeah, it does. It does. Relatable though. Relatable.
Oh yeah,
Engaging and relatable characters. Gru is great, voiced by Steve Carell. He's just
that actor probably like Steve Carell. Like he has Michael Scott and he has Gru, so he
oh
kind
yeah,
of lucked out getting
he
this
did.
role.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, good
But
engaging character.
Gru is like a convincing bachelor. You know, you can feel the desperation like underneath the humor of I need to achieve greatness as a villain. Um, and then it's a believable transformation into a caring father figure.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, and the girls are relatable too. I mean, they act like little children, and I think they fit that pretty well.
Yeah. Isn't Margot was it iCarly Miranda? What's
That's
her
the
face?
actor. I don't remember her last name, but yes,
Well, if we get a million subscribers, we'll
maybe
have
we'll.
Margot, aka iCarly, aka Miranda
Yep,
Cosgrove is what I'm gonna roll with.
sure, and we'll have her on the podcast.
Yeah, if we get,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to 5 million subscribers.
5 million
We're gonna take what
subscribers.
I said and times it by five.
Yep. Let's do it. What about clear conflict and resolution?
Easy, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it
on all
succeeds,
counts.
right? Wants to get the moon, gets the moon. Learns to need a family and gets his family. Margot and the girls, they want a family, they get one at the very end.
Yeah,
Rivalry with Vector, they beat Vector at the end. So
he doesn't come home. He might come
Vector,
home. He's out there with his volleyball space
he's
helmet.
he's with his
Not
yeah.
volleyball, sorry, beach ball.
Yep.
Beach ball space helmet.
Yep.
That makes way more. Hopefully, that makes more sense.
I don't think it does.
But you know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
know what
Like,
you're
because
talking-
he's on the moon wearing his tracksuit and he's
Yes.
literally got a clear beach ball
Yes.
as his space helmet.
Yes, I got you. You'll know it if you see it.
I don't know what that button does, so we're gonna find out.
What about captivating world?
Oh, I would say. I mean, it's not like hard world building, and it's not the
Yeah,
greatest, but it's entertaining.
I think it's an A or a B. I think
Like,
it's right there. I understand a funny world with villains, right?
yeah.
Like it's not necessarily realistic, but it's captivating,
In your
right?
headcanon, does Megamind exist in
Take
this
place in the
world?
same universe, 100%.
You
Yeah,
think so?
yeah,
It's the same Earth.
yeah. It's the same. I'm pretty sure they're both Illumination.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Same planet. Uh, yeah.
Why is there so many villains then, and not? Well, I guess there's superheroes in that movie.
Not really.
There's the one that's like Elvis Presley and retired.
Yeah, but Brad Pitt stops. He retires.
Is he played by Brad Pitt?
Yeah. That movie has so many good actors.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's Brad
But we're
Pitt,
not here talking about
Will Ferrell,
big blue brain man,
Big Blue Rain Man. Yeah.
which
Oh
could
yeah.
also be Thrawn.
Metro Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, I think the world is good. You're drawn in. You appreciate the kind of theft that has to happen. I love the villain bank. I thought that was hilarious
Yeah.
that you have to get a loan from the villain bank and it's like inside the actual bank.
They love me. We'll just get a loan.
No more loans. What about consistency? Is there anything that feels off or inconsistent?
So that's where I think being an animated children's movie gives it
It's in
a
its
lot of
favor.
credit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my answer is because of that fact, no.
Not really.
I feel like you can get away with a lot more in
Yeah.
animation.
Sharks in a pool, squid shooting guns,
Piranha gun,
piranha guns.
shrimp.
What's with the aquatic theme with Vector? Do you notice that?
I think it's because it's sleek. I'm telling you, it's because of James Bond.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't remember
Because
which.
there's like sharks in the pool.
Well, that
There
looks like it's
is,
his coffee table.
Yeah.
Or it's not his coffee.
It's like his floor. Yeah. There's sharks underneath his floor. There's piranha guns, squid guns.
I don't know if he says anything in the movie. I think it's just an homage.
Yeah, it could be. But
Um,
yeah, it all makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a cartoon, and cartoons are supposed to be goofy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and this is goofy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's colorful.
Yep.
It's vibrant.
Yep.
It balanced. Something I do like about kids movies like this, they take some real world hard stuff and then they
Like dress it down.
yeah, but it's still present, and you can still, I think, like a child's conscience can grapple with, oh, what would it be like to be an orphan and then be, adopted by a creepy
Yeah.
man who just wants me to sell cookies so we can
Bro,
put
this is
robot
literally
cookies.
Annie. A creepy bald
Yeah.
man with lots of money
Oh,
adopts
yeah,
you from an orphanage
yeah.
where there's a terrible person running the orphanage.
What's that other book
If
series
Mr. Warbucks was a villain, there you go.
or series of unfortunate events? I'm looking at your shelf.
Yes, series of unfortunate events. Except in that one, it is actually a villain who has no interest in.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
probably
that's
not the.
that's just about money.
If Gru actually stuck to his guns
Yeah.
and just used these three children to.
For the plan, then it would be more like series of unfortunate events. Yeah.
Oh, there was a character.
Which
we
if you want us to do a series of unfortunate events, leave a comment down in the sections.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
There was a character who had another arc.
You're talking about the scientist.
guy.
I was wondering about him.
Because he goes from
Because he hates everybody. Yeah, he's like, we have to do the mission and we have to do the plan. And then in the end, he joins the dance party and he's okay.
Yeah.
And he even helps. He even helps.
Yeah, I think
get the kids back.
Yeah, so I'd say
So that's kind of.
I
think it's like Gru though. I think his character arc is the same as Gru's, just on a side character level.
The temptation to go back.
Yeah. I think he's just the same thing on a side character level. But yeah. So what do you think? Putting all those things together, it's an enjoyable movie.
We're going to rating.
Yeah. Is it a good movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna say it's B.
Yeah. I'm gonna put in A. I think when I go through all of the elements of our rubric, I pretty much give it an A for everything. Right? It's good. It's got good characters. It's got some ethical lessons in there. It's got some good consistency, captivating world. There's some good themes that you can draw on, clear plot. So yeah, it's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It really set off, like Josh said, an entire cultural phenomena. I mean, so it can't be bad if it's going to do that.
I definitely don't think it's bad.
Right? So I think when things get popular, there are sometimes I think things get too much hype, but a lot of times if something becomes really, really popular, there's probably an element of goodness to it. So
except for Stanley mugs.
Well, those aren't popular anymore, Josh.
I know. What is it? Awala?
Yeah, they're dropping. They've been relegated to the shelf of forgotten trends.
Remember that time where you're now sitting with your Yeti? And,
yep, exactly. It's like the island of lost toys.
Yeah, it's just the island of lost mugs. In the very back, there's the OG Stanley that your grandpa had.
The hydro flask.
Yeah. What a time to be alive. You remember when people were like, raiding Target to get the exclusive color?
The Valentine's Day where like people almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now nobody cares.
Yep.
Anyways.
That's what happens, folks. Don't risk your life for stuff. People matter.
Just like Gru shows us.
Exactly. Well, so what? We got an A and a B. You want to come down on like B plus or A minus?
We'll say A minus.
A minus. A minus. Okay, great. What about a reminder to sub and become a Patreon?
Oh, that's a great prompt to remind you guys to become a subscriber and join our Patreon.
Yes, it is. Become a Pathfinder. You can find us on patreon.com/The Greatest Story Podcast. And please remember to like and subscribe on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you listen to us. Please like and subscribe. And also leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on Despicable Me. Let us know if there's any other movies, books, stories that we should be covering on this podcast. And let us know your favorite moment in this episode.
Yeah. Well, give us a rating, like your rating for this movie. Right?
Yeah.
Give us something to talk about.
Absolutely.
Drop in the Discord.
Yeah. Do you like A minus? Do you think it's better, worse? Absolutely.
Want to just throw out your opinion just because? Go for it.
If you've got it, say it.
We got it in there.
Okay. Here's what I want to do first before we get started is I want you to talk and I want to see if I can mess with this.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? We're talking about a kids movie where there's Steve Carell, Mike Scott from The Office, and he has a big nose, and he puts it through a little kid's polka dot book. Not
It's
polka
it's a
dot.
it's a
What do you
pony.
call it?
Yeah, it's a
No,
unicorn.
unicorn, but it's puppet book. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like the mic thing got louder, or maybe I'm just speaking up more. I don't know. Oh, what happened?
What?
Hello. Oh, shoot.
It's picking up more, isn't it?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've adjusted some
Does
stuff.
it sound okay?
I think so.
Hello.
The clarity sounds the same. It's just I'm trying to.
Getting more? The mic is definitely doing more.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.